Opulence, darling, welcome to this review of the Ritz-Carlton in Kuala Lumpur, the capital of Malaysia. Here we are in the lobby, all done up with the shine and glamour that you would expect. One amazing unexpected aspect was the overabundance of fresh flowers throughout the Ritz. It really made an incredible positive difference. Here we are going through some common areas on the second floor of the building. So the lobby was downstairs. You take an escalator up, and there were some dining options here, some common room options. As a lawyer, this is where I did a lot of my work, in this space right here. And also to the right, I'm about to show you, there was a library. Funny enough, as soon as I walked in at the very end, most of the books were law textbooks, although did not have that much time to explore the books as I was busy tending to my own clients. But that was the library. Now let's go to the room. So the common spaces were lovely. Okay, overall nice. But the room, I felt, for me, is where things began to fall apart a little bit. You know, the grays and the browns, not the most exciting, innovative color palette. We've all been there, seen that. My name was mistyped on the screen. That was a little strange. These decorative pillows, I mean, I'm from Canada, so in Canada, this is like something you'd find at the dollar store. There was nothing exciting about so many of the touches in this room that altogether, it just lacked excitement overall. It was not, this was not a wow experience for me compared to the Ritz experiences you see around the world. And of course, that could be a matter of location, but we're in this location, so I'm talking about this one. One very frightening thing. So this room was on the, I believe, 18th floor. I don't know. We've been to so many hotels lately, but the window was, you could just open it and, well, I won't finish that sentence, but I mean, there were no protections on that window. Protections that, again, in North America, we see them on like the second floor of a building. This was a weird thing as well. All these little things that together make this collection of like a falling apart experience. The water was for sale. And I mean, we'd only stayed at 5-star resorts during this trip. So yeah, it's one thing to, sell the fancy version of the water, for example, but there was no safe drinking water option in the room unless you bought the for sale one. That's just ruthless and stupid. This is the bathroom. White marble. Have we not seen white marble at the 5-star luxury price point? I think we have. But for what it's worth, okay, the bathroom was not the worst part of the experience. The toiletries were diptyque. I don't know if I put a caption on that or if it's coming, but that was the brand of the toiletries. This was another like cheap, trashy touch. Nobody needed a box of tissues that was covered in a peeling off fake plastic other box. Take it off. Just leave the tissues there, or don't leave tissues at all, because I have napkins and toilet paper and all those other things available in the same exact bathroom. But again, just doing a zoom out there. The spa village, as I said here, was one of the biggest assets of the property. So this was a few stories up, and I didn't know that it was set up like this. Of course, we knew that the hotel came with a pool and a gym and all that stuff. But then there was a spa, which again I knew was part of the hotel structure, but I didn't know that there was a whole setup to enjoy if you were partaking in one of the spa services. So that was really nice. This was super cute. A little pond here with, in this case, turtles. I've tried to circle some of them, but it's always funny when I circle live animals. Like I remember on my Panama video that I did, a day in the life of living in Panama, you circle the iguana, and by the time the circle shows up on screen, the iguana's left the circle. So I always have a hard time with the live animals. But that was a really nice touch. And to be clear, you didn't have to be a spa patron to like walk through this space, but it was a nice bonus. Now, this was the pool for everybody else. So you let me know what you think of this pool compared to the room we just saw. And I just took like a quick little photo. Obviously, it's always hard to film people swimming, and I don't want to violate their privacy. You saw the gym as well. Now here, this is one horrific aspect of the Ritz that honestly is the reason I will never go back to this location. Although I'm not telling you to not go back. You can make your own decisions. So these flowers, gorgeous gorgeous as they are, there was actually quite a disturbing happening behind them. We had gone to another lovely seeming amenity at the Ritz was the kids' playroom. So we had gone to the kids' playroom, and this one male staff kept coming by. He was not the kids' playroom supervisor. There was no kids' playroom supervisor. And he kept coming by, shoes off, shoes off. And I'm like, okay, you've come by 5 times. You see none of us have shoes on. It's getting creepier and creepier every time. He's lingering, pressing his forehead, steaming up on the other side of the glass door. It started to give child predator vibes. It started to give very freaking creepy vibes. So that's where the experience fell off. I did speak up about it. I mean, it's one of the most uncomfortable things you can experience as a parent, and at that price point, I mean, I know there's disturbing things going on in these buildings, but to then experience them is a whole other thing. And the Ritz tried. I mean, they tried to on the surface, they gave us the flowers and the fresh fruit and all of that, some kids' toys, stuff like that. But flowers, what am I celebrating? You hiring perverts, allegedly. So it was a disturbing experience that, I mean, after that, it's hard to go up to the room and be like, ooh, but the sheets are so nice, or it's hard to even really enjoy any of the dining options and be like, there are creeps working here. And I have a pretty good nose for that stuff as a lawyer helping other people, with their lives that feature other creepy people, unfortunately. So I have a pretty good nose for those matters, in addition to, the scent that any responsible parent would be able to pick up on. But that was just the most disturbing twist possible. But wait, because we've talked about the room kind of being mediocre, we've now talked about the very creepy, inappropriate child predator behavior that was exhibited. I won't take it further than that. But then there was the final chapter of the night, the third blow, that again pales in comparison to somebody preying on your kids, allegedly. But it was still such a sour point of the experience, and that was the dining. Now, I want to be careful and specify here because actually our first meal at the Ritz was pretty good overall. We had those wraps that I put in the caption, best vegan wrap I'd ever had. Everything really finely sliced, easy to eat, things like that. We had the smoked salmon sandwiches and the lemon pound cake. Not too sweet. That was awesome. Where things fell off was dinner service. So for dinner service, there was the seafood pasta dish, for example, and I told the server, I said, no cheese on it. And then at the same time, I ordered a calamari. One of the members of our party wanted a calamari, and the calamari came with like a dip and a side salad. And then we ordered the nachos. Now, nachos, I asked him, because sometimes, not everything means the same thing all around the world. So I clarified, like, these are actual nachos with the nachos and the cheese and the avocado and all that. And he said, yes. Now, keep in mind, just because I might eat primarily vegan doesn't mean everybody in our party does. So he brings the calamari, and he doesn't even realize what he's done. I mean, he comes there smiling. The calamari is missing the side salad. Okay, so, and the price points here are obviously escalated, so the need to speak up for an order messed up is even more than at a conventional restaurant. So, okay, where's half the order? Okay, that was okay. He said, I'll bring the salad. He never did, but still, he was receptive to the feedback, he being the waiter. And then the nachos come out, and it's this pathetic little plate you're looking at. And I mean, forgive the language choice. I don't mean pathetic in the sense of the food quality, because this meal could save somebody's life around the world right now. And I'm very cognizant of that. I mean pathetic in the sense of what was advertised versus what landed on the table. Okay. And I told him, I said, where are all the toppings? And he said, I don't know. Let me ask the kitchen. And I said, okay. And I pressed him a little more on where are the toppings. And then he said, but I was worried about you not eating cheese. And I said, don't fabricate. If you're worried about me not eating cheese, then why is the freaking pasta that was supposed to come with no cheese covered in cheese? And at that point, it was like a downhill, like he knew he'd lost the argument. He was caught red-handed. It is so okay to make a mistake and be receptive to fixing that mistake. I mean, depending on the mistake, right? There's certain boo-boos in the adult world that we shouldn't cross those lines, and the reasonable person knows what those lines might be with an employer, in a relationship, things like that. But in a waiter sense, like, there aren't many mistakes that a waiter can make that I'm really going to get upset about. I mean, just go back, bring another plate, that's it, done. Or keep the plate, offer a discount. Like, we've been through these scenarios on planet Earth before. It's no need to panic and lock up shop. But this waiter started spinning his wheels, making lie after lie after lie after lie up. So at that point, I just walked up to his manager. I said, I'm paying for the sparkling water. Nothing else was done right. So that's on you. And I paid for the sparkling water and ended up leaving. Now, okay, that might sound exciting enough, but I'm not booking the Ritz to then walk on foot and carry everybody on my back to go to the nearest, appropriate restaurant for our family's dietary needs and things like that. I book institutions like this for a reason, because they're supposed to be all encompassing, all catering, things like that. So that was very disappointing. I will leave the review there. I think you have more than enough to sink your teeth on. I mean, it's crazy that oftentimes when you book a hotel, I always think, and in multiple of my videos, I've left the expression, utopias are created by those that are not there. If I took this review, and authenticity and truth matters above all to me. So if I took this review and I just showed you the bed and I just showed you the lobby, I mean, we could be looking at a score of close to 10 out of 10. But then what happened in this building? What was my time and experience like while I was there? That's what I want these videos to capture, and the full, authentic program. Thank you for watching. Please give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And of course, leave your comments and your thoughts. And a new luxury video is coming up next week. Thank you for watching.